Hello, welcome to Wellbeing, and today we're looking at Solly's, this is him, stress and sugar synergy, and how we returned him to a happy, healthy horse. So back at the end of April, Solly went from being one of 3 to one of 6, and where he'd been the dominant gelding as one of 3 horses, and he had a very close bond to the mare, suddenly he found he'd lost his place in the hierarchy of the herd, and he became extremely aggressive with the new horses, extremely aggressive with the other gelding who he'd been with for a long time, and just hanging onto the mare, Saoirse, following her everywhere. Not long after that, then we had some physiological symptoms, so he developed laminitis. I had the vet out to confirm that it was laminitis, and that is an endocrine system disease and is all part of equine metabolic syndrome, which is, of course, sounds very familiar to us because metabolic syndrome, as with us, is about the inability to regulate blood sugar. So conventional treatment for laminitis is to go on box rest, restrict the grazing, obviously anti-inflammatory medication and so forth. Not practical for Solly because obviously he was used to being out grazing 24/7, unrestricted, mixing with the other horses, and also I feel that would have rocketed his stress levels hugely because his issue was how was he going to find his place in the herd. So we went for the unconventional route. We looked at not the symptoms, we decided to focus on state, and the idea that the symptoms were merely as a result of his, if you like, multi-system dysregulation. So not just the endocrine system, but the autonomic nervous system, the fight, flight, or rest and digest branches, and him actually spending too much time in fight or flight and not being at home in the herd, not being in a more relaxed, receptive state, his safe social engagement state. So we did loads of things. We did massage, we focused on the bladder meridian, we massaged around the pole, I spent a lot of time with him, soothing him, I spent a lot of time with the other horses as well, and we were very much working with synchronized breathing, breathing our systems down, and just being a presence in the field, and allowing, if you like, Solly to engage with and sync his system with my nervous system. So because we're all mammals, we've all got an autonomic nervous system, and we can actually, if you like, bring those systems into resonance, and we can influence each other. And within a week, Solly was, and remember, no restricted grazing, no anti-inflammatory medication. The vet did leave me some, but he wouldn't take it. None of the horses would take it in feed because they don't have feed normally either. So he was running around the field. This was back, I say, May that he had the laminitis. We've had no resurgence of laminitis. He's been absolutely fine. He gets to graze unrestricted. He is now much more sociable. He engages with all the horses. And he has, if you like, found his place in the herd. He is at home in the herd. So a real success story. Lovely to see him happy and healthy again. And I'll say a little bit more about that and how we can work with our own multi-system dysfunction in terms of soothing, softening, and sensing that shift in state, because that's what essentially I was doing with Solly. I was soothing him in lots of different ways, but definitely using the breath. I was actually working with softening and releasing tension through massage, and then I was just helping him actually get into like a coherent state himself by resonating with my nervous system. So all good stuff. Thank you for sharing this space with us, and we'll see you again soon.